Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For supportive oracle cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. I already shuffled. We're going to do a relationship first, single second. Oracle cards come out where needed. That's a lot of resistance. That's a lot of resistance. The King of Wands here. Who is the King of Wands is a good question. Or you may have to change. All right. King of Wands is somebody who can change direction. So I'm thinking this is more you. You've got more active move forward cards. You have a lot of them, actually. Your partner has... there's resistance, but I do feel like they're moving forward with you, but I'm getting the plan has to change. With the King of Wands, and the King, and I feel like that's your side, don't get caught up in the gender, but I feel like that's your side, having the power to change what's going on, having the power to adjust the trajectory. Excuse me, jeez, I don't know where that came from. Alright, there's a lot of resistance on your partner's side. There's a lot. Now, they're going along with what you want. And I do see, like, they feel like they're trapped, though, with the Eight of Swords. But they are still moving forward with the Ace of Wands. Like, it's weird. You both have this new beginning feel. But you got the Pentacle, and they have the Ace of Wands. Wands are fire. Fire's more, you know, it can change a lot easier. Pentacles knows what it wants. Pentacles goes forward steadily in the right direction and keeps going. It's like, I have a goal. We're going to get to that goal. With Scorpio adding into the Pentacle, the rate might be a little bit more fluctuating, but the goal, like the goal is the goal, and we're getting to the goal. Whatever you want, you have your eye on it, and you're like, this is where we're going. And you got the path here, too. Like, this is where we're going. I feel that energy. And that's good, but I feel like you might have to add some things in, what might be the difference. It's like we're still going to this destination. That's still where we're going. But we can do a couple extra things along the way. We can take a couple extra people with us if we need to. I feel like that's the difference. Your partner, they feel like there's a weird feeling with this Six of Cups. Almost like they're used to you getting your way. And they're feeling like if they try to stop it, it's almost like if they try to stop it, it's going to cause a big problem. There's going to be a big mess, and then it's just, that's what I'm feeling with the Five of Cups. Kind of like you see that cups are knocked over. It's kind of like it's going to cause a big mess. If they try to get in the way, they try to stop it, they try to change it, it's going to get in the way, it's going to cause a big mess. They're feeling like it's like they feel like they have no choice but to go forward with the situation. Which, it's not a bad thing, though. I don't see like anything really bad happening here. It's just really not what they want, is what I'm getting. You, on the other hand, you want this. This is something you definitely want. This is why it's going to happen. You got the Sun card, and you've got the Chariot card. Like, you're all excited about this. This is what you want to happen. You're pushing it forward. You're making it happen. You're excited. You're in a very good, having a great time. Now, it's the fact that it has the Sun card here on your side explaining this. I feel like this is good for your partner too, but they're feeling like they don't have any control, and I feel like that might be the piece, that might be the hinging piece there that's causing all this upset on their side, because they don't feel like they have the ability to create their own destiny in this situation. It's almost like their ability to choose is being taken away from them. Doesn't matter if they want it or not, it's going to happen either way. Like, I don't feel like this is a bad situation, but the way they feel about it is it's like a big problem. Like, I don't want to play this down. They have the Ten of Swords with the action. Like, they're going forward. I almost feel like they're acting like they're a lot happier with it than they are. But the reason is because they don't feel like they have any control. They need more control of something. The Four of Pentacles, that's usually, well, in this situation, I do feel like it means they need more control. They need more control of something. They need to know that something is theirs, they have complete control of it, and that they can keep that with what they want. And I'm feeling like they don't feel like they have control. This person is feeling like they don't have control. And I feel like this is mirroring in other places in their life. They don't feel like they have control. It's causing a problem. It's causing my eyes to get really irritated all of a sudden, I'm noticing. Like, they need to come to peace with what's going on. It's one thing to realize it's good for them anyway. It's another to feel like they don't have a choice in it. It's just kind of like where the wind blows that day is where they're going to go. That energy on that side, it's like they really feel like they don't have a choice. Like they don't have any control. They need control of something. Their voice needs to be heard. Actually, I feel like for some reason they're not even feeling like they're... I don't feel like they're even telling you that they're feeling like they have no power, which is not good. What I'm getting from this is the Eight of Pentacles on your side is where things are going, but the Four of Pentacles needs to come forward on their side. And it's just about them feeling like they have control over something. And I feel like you need to help them, you need to empower them. You need to empower your partner. You need to, like, boost them up a little bit. Things improve. Things are a lot better when they're empowered. It's not only giving them a piece of this to do on their own, but giving them the ability to choose what to do on their own. It's almost like if the trip is happening, okay, great. You're letting them, you're like, we're going to rent a car to go. You go get the car. Just make sure it's not over this X amount of dollars, and they can get whatever they want. Of course, you might have to say, remember, we have to take all this stuff with us, so make sure you get something that'll fit all this stuff. So they can choose what they want, the color, the make. As long as it doesn't go over this dollar amount and it fits everything, they can do what they want. Like, it's almost like something like that. Like, we're taking the trip. You get to go pick up or purchase, or pick the car we're going to rent to get there. Whatever you want, as long as it's not over this amount of money, and also it doesn't, it's going to be able to take everything we need to take with us. Something like that, because I feel like they need to be empowered. There's a problem here. Because I'm seeing this, like, your goal is not going to be changed. It may slow it up a bit. When I'm getting the Page of Pentacles for you in the change, your goal is not going to change, is what I'm getting. But it may slow it up a bit, but this is really going to make your partner feel a lot better. This is going to empower them. It's going to strengthen your relationship also. Your challenge card, because again, I'm seeing this slowing it up here, but keeping the same direction, is just going to change. It's going to change some few minor things. I know that's the change card, but I feel like it's not changing the goal itself. Just how you get there. How you get there or when you get there. Your challenge card is the Seven of Swords and the Patience card, which they're saying you need more patience with your partner. Don't just let this go. Don't just let this pass by like it'll be fine, they'll be fine. Don't let this pass by. They're like, have the patience with your partner. Bring them into the fold. Empower them. Get them into the situation. It's going to slow it up, but your goal is not going to change. And your relationship will be stronger for it. Like, I'm not feeling a lot of empowerment on the other side. It bothers me. Because I feel like that's a thing that can become more of a problem. The longer it goes, the worse it's going to feel. It's one of those things that could, like... It's like taking a brick out of the foundation. One brick out of the foundation, probably not that bad, but after you get 5 to 10 bricks out of that foundation, you're starting to get into some tricky area. You know what I mean? So this seems like this is important. Like, if for those of you this is hitting with and this makes sense to you, and you're like, yeah, I feel like that's happening, this is really important that you turn this around, because this could be one of those things where it starts chipping away at the foundation of your relationship, and after a while, you get enough chips out of it. You know what I'm saying? So it feels like you need to pay attention to that if it's connecting with you. You know what I mean? All right, I think we're good there. Let's do Scorpio Singles and see what we have for you guys. What do we have for single Scorpios? Messages for single Scorpios. What do we have for single Scorpios? That was quick. I do want to do some oracle cards. Scorpio, single Scorpio. All right, so not that I really know of any Scorpios that are afraid of a fight. I do know a few Scorpios that they don't really want to fight, but they won't let somebody else have power over them or dictate to others, or cause imbalance because they're afraid of a fight. They will argue if they need to argue. Even the ones that don't really care for it, if they feel like it's necessary, they will. That's a weird ending. I'm gonna do one card with that. Yeah, okay. They're reiterating it. So, for single Scorpio, you got the Four of Swords where you're starting, which in this deck seems more of a defense card. Kind of like holding back, holding on to what's yours, not willing to back down on certain morals or decisions, which is not bad. But I'm also seeing the way this is matching up to the environment. You got the Eight of Swords here in the environment. Like the other person, is there another person here? Like, it feels like there's another person here, but these cards, there's no court cards out here. Not one, quite frankly. Is there even major arcana cards? Actually, there's not even a major arcana card here. Wow. Okay, which is telling me no court cards, no major arcana. Like, this isn't the strongest connection, is my first thought. And it's a situation with, I feel like there's someone you're dealing with, and whatever they want, you can't pick up a card. That's what it is. You can't pick it up. There we go. Whatever they want, like, you're not really looking to bend for that. You're like, no, I don't know about that. And then they're feeling like that's the way it has to be or nothing's going to happen here. This is one of those things, like, somebody who lingers around you, and I feel like it's one of those things you feel like you should be walking away from. It's one of those things that there's been problems in the past with. This isn't a relationship, right? This is somebody, I feel like this is for some of you, a friend that you maybe consider becoming more with, or this is somebody maybe you're, every once in a while you get together, one of those things, depending on how, it's up to you what that really is. This is somebody who's around you that has like slight possibility, but it doesn't really connect all the way. And I'm getting this Ten of Swords, like somebody looks like they were upset in the past here, because I almost feel like there was a false start that ended up in the Ten of Swords. It's like one wanted to go forward, the other didn't, or something got messed up and just didn't happen. There's not a lot of like strength here with this. This is not the strongest energy. And this is something I feel like you need to walk away from, but you're not completely walking away from. It's almost like a friendship that you're toying with. Like, this could be more, but do I really want it to be? If you make the decision, this is something you could move forward. I feel like the people this is going to hit for, honestly, it's like a friendship or a casual acquaintance, somebody you see once in a great while that just seems to keep lingering around. And this person wants something from you that you don't want to give up. And it makes you nervous, kind of like, I don't know if I really want to do this. The Six of Wands at the bottom is saying, if you choose to take this, you can have this. But I don't feel like this is something you really want. I'm kind of confused. For those of you this is hitting for, like, why you're playing with this, it's almost like you're feeling like it's one of the few acceptable options, even though you really don't want it, is what I'm getting. That's kind of baffling me. I don't understand why it's even a consideration. Because this is somebody you give time to. This is somebody that's been around you for a while. You have history with this person. And you give in to them. They're a little bit giving to you too. Like, it's very low level is what I'm getting. And it just seems to linger around. And it's almost kind of like, I really feel like for those of you this is hitting with who are really considering this person, it's low level feeling here. It's because you've had enough turbulent relationships, and you're like, well, this is something I can keep control of. The emotions don't get too crazy, so Maybe this is easier. Maybe this is something more doable. Maybe this won't cause as much strife in my life. We're going to rhyme now, apparently. Strife in my life. Okay. I feel that this is something that's really not, like, the passion is not really there, and it's like you keep thinking about walking away from it, but you keep kind of going along with it. There's history, though. There is history, I give you that. But there's history here that with the Ten of Swords, kind of like, I'm almost wondering if that Ten of Swords, for those of you that, again, that this is hitting for, it's because you've had a lot of relationships that have gone very sour. And the reason they've gone sour is because the passion has been too much, and it's caused problems. And you're like, well, I can keep controlling my emotions with this one because I'm not overly crazy about this one. There's enough. It's almost like you're saying, there's enough. It's almost like getting a half a cup of water. You're like, it doesn't really quench my thirst, but it keeps me going. You know, it's one of those. I'm not a fan of this. I'm really not. So for those of you that it clicks with, you got to do what you got to do, but I'm just feeling that this isn't really going to make it. But as it keeps going forward, you got the Three of Cups with the creation. I almost feel like, again, that history card, it's like you know people in common, or you have interests in common. That might be the real thing here. You have interests in common that keep you connected. But you don't seem to lose your mind over the situation. Like, you're not over emotional, you're not falling in love, you're not falling over yourself. It's a half a cup of water. It's like, I'm really thirsty, and a half a cup of water will keep me going. Not really quenching my thirst, but it'll keep me going. So maybe that's good enough. This creation with the Three of Cups, it's almost like other people are trying to say, it's almost like other people are promoting this too. Like, no, the two of you are good together. No, you should stick together. No, keep going. Like, give this a shot. You know, things are going well. Things aren't that bad. You know, you don't have anything turbulent going on here. Keep it going. I don't really feel like that's good. I feel like other people are promoting it. Yeah, I don't feel like you're really into it. I really, really don't. Now, as things keep going forward, conflicts start to arise. Conflicts with the Five of Wands. Conflicts start to arise with this person, which is ironic because that's the reason you're with this person. You're not even with them. You're not even, like, it's not a couple thing, though. Like, I keep going back and forth. It's like you keep hanging out with this person, but you're not like an item. You're not committed to each other like that. You know what I mean? It's not like that. It's like a friendship that's a little bit more. It's one of those things. It's like a friendship that's a little bit more, but it's not a relationship, like not a romantic relationship. It just doesn't feel like it. And when their arguments start to happen, I feel like that's when you're like, what am I doing? Now it's like you're getting that half a cup of water, but it's filled with salt, and you're just like, this isn't good. This isn't going to work. This is not going to work. The void is the end card. I'm getting like this is not connecting. I feel like this is purposely coming to those people who you're kind of toying with this halfway relationship thing. It's like halfway acquaintance. It's not a relationship, but it's a little bit more than a friendship, and it's just not working. And you keep giving it a chance, and you keep spending more time and investing in it, and they're saying, no, this isn't going to work. This is weird to me. This is like the strangest singles reading I can recall anyway. I'm just like, because you're not really into it. And I'm like, why are you even giving it a chance? And I'm getting it's because of the history. And there's enough here, but it's kind of like at the current time, it's like you're getting half a cup of water. Doesn't quench your thirst, but it's enough. It's not a relationship, but it feels like it's reading like one almost. It's strange. But they're all minor arcana cards. There's no court cards here. So there's not a lot of strength with this. There's not a lot of, I don't know. I'm feeling like the whole point is if this is going on in your life, you should shut it down and move on. Just because it's going to be, at some point or other, you're going to end up in a spot where you're like, why did I even go this far with it? You're going to regret it, is what I'm getting. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.